Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. I'm Emily.
And I'm Lisa. Happy Friday, everyone. We finally made it.
That first sip of Friday coffee is just different, isn't it?
It is the taste of freedom, Emily. I can almost hear the weekend calling my name.
It is February 13th, 2026, Friday the 13th. Are you feeling lucky or unlucky today, Lisa?
Oh, definitely lucky. Any Friday that leads to the weekend is a good day in my book.
That is a great attitude to have. And speaking of books, we have some fascinating stories to dive into today.
I am always up for a good story. What is on the menu for today's cafe chat?
Well, we're talking about disappearing paperbacks, a new Fast and Furious coaster, and a hotel floor made of real gold bricks.
Real gold bricks in the floor? That sounds expensive.
It certainly is. Today, we're looking at how things change over time, and specifically why some things lose their worth while others are literally made of gold.
That sounds like we are going from rags to riches in just 10 minutes.
You could say that. Our topics today are very different, but they all share a common theme.
A theme? Does it have something to do with our keyword for today?
It does. Today's keyword is value.
Value? Like how much something costs or what it means to us?
Both. It can mean the monetary price, the usefulness, or the principles that something represents.
I feel like the value of my time goes up exponentially as we get closer to 5 p.m. on a Friday.
I think every office worker in the world would agree with you on that.
So how are we exploring value today? What is our first story?
Our first stop is in the world of publishing. Have you noticed those tiny, thick paperback books you used to see at the grocery store or airport?
Oh, you mean the ones that are small enough to fit in a pocket? I used to buy those all the time for long bus rides.
Exactly. Those are called mass market paperbacks. And unfortunately, they are effectively coming to an end in 2026.
Wait, why? I thought people loved cheap books. They're so much easier to carry than those huge hardcovers.
I know what you mean. There's something special about the way they fit perfectly in the side pocket of a backpack.
Exactly. And that pre-read scent they have, it's nostalgic.
People do love them, but the business reality has changed. Sales are down about 84% since 2004.
84%? That is a massive drop. What happened? Did everyone just switch to Kindle?
Digital reading is part of it, for sure, but it's also about the profit margin for publishers.
I'm guessing margin means they aren't making enough money on the cheap ones.
Precisely. There's only about a 30-cent difference in production costs between a small mass market book and a larger trade version.
Okay, so they cost the same to make, but how much more can they sell the bigger ones for?
That's the catch. Publishers can charge about $6 more for the larger trade version.
$6? So for essentially the same cost, they get $6 more in value just by making the book slightly bigger?
From the publisher's perspective, yes. It makes the small, cheap format look like a bad investment.
That is so sad for budget readers, though. Those little books were like the fast food of reading, affordable and everywhere.
It really is the end of an era. The racks in supermarkets and drugstores are disappearing because books just don't pay enough for the shelf space.
I hate that everything is becoming efficient. Sometimes the value of a book is just being able to buy it for $5 while waiting for a flight.
I agree, but it seems the market has decided that the physical value of a book needs to be higher to survive.
I guess I will have to start treating my old paperbacks like rare artifacts now.
You might want to, especially since our next topic is about something that is definitely not small or cheap.
Moving on to our second story, are we trading slow reading for some high-speed action?
We certainly are. Universal Studios is making major progress on their new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster.
I have been waiting for this. The previous Fast and Furious ride was, well, let's just say it was mostly a bus and a screen.
Honest, as always, most fans felt like it was more of a tech demo than a real thrill ride.
Seriously, I could have finished one of those paperbacks we just talked about while waiting in line for that bus.
A lot of fans felt the same way, but this new one is a high-speed spinning coaster. The technology is incredible.
Spinning? Like the car actually drifts like a car in the movies while you're on the track?
Exactly. It's designed to simulate the drifting sensation. They just installed the foundational footers in Orlando.
Wait, Orlando? I thought this was in Hollywood.
It's in both. The Hollywood version opens this summer, but the Florida version is now officially under construction, too.
That is a lot of Fast and Furious value. It feels like theme parks are really leaning into high-tech thrills lately.
They have to. In a world of VR and high-end home gaming, the value of a theme park visit has to be larger than life.
I totally get that. If I'm paying over $100 for a ticket, I want to feel like I'm actually in a movie chase scene.
And that's the engineering challenge. They're replacing the old screen-based supercharged ride with this physical coaster. It's a smart move. Fans value physical G-forces more than just looking at a 3D screen, right? Definitely. It shows that the value of an experience often comes from how real and immersive it feels.
I'm already saving up for a trip. I want to see if I can handle a 360-degree draft without losing my lunch.
Maybe skip the giant turkey leg until after the ride, Lisa.
Good call. So we have small books and fast cars. What's our final luxury stop today?
Our final story takes us to Macau, where the famous Grand Emperor Hotel is cashing in on its iconic decorations.
Wait, the Grand Emperor? Isn't that the place with the Golden Avenue? I've heard stories about how fancy that lobby is.
Fancy is an understatement. It actually had 78 real 999.9 fine gold bricks embedded right into the floor.
78 real gold bricks? Are you kidding me? People were just walking on millions of dollars of gold every day.
They were, but here's why it's in the news today. The hotel decided to rip up that floor and sell all those bricks.
They sold their own floor? Why would they get rid of their most iconic feature?
2 words. Market value. The price of gold has surged to record highs recently, so they turned that sumptuous atmosphere into roughly $13 million in cash.
$13 million! That's a lot of money for some floor tiles.
Precisely. The company said the current market was too good of an opportunity to pass up, especially since they're redeveloping the whole theme now.
It's wild to think about. One day you're walking on gold, and the next day it's just regular old concrete again.
It shows how value can be fluid. Sometimes a decoration is just a decoration, and sometimes it's a financial exit strategy.
I'm sure it did, but now that money will be used to build new entertainment facilities. Out with the old gold, in with the new fun. That is the cycle of business, I guess.
It certainly is, and that cycle brings us to the end of today's chat.
Oh man, time flies when you're talking about gold and roller coasters.
It really does. Let's do a quick recap before we head out for the weekend.
Okay, first, we talked about the disappearing mass market paperbacks and how publishers are chasing higher margins.
Next, we got a thrill from the construction of the new Fast and Furious coaster at Universal.
And finally, we saw a Macau hotel turn its golden floor into $13 million in cash.
Now, Lisa, for the final recap, what was our keyword today?
That's an easy one. Today's keyword was value.
Perfect. Everything we discussed today was a decision based on what we value, whether it's profit, thrills, or market timing.
And it's a reminder that value isn't just a number on a tag, it's about how we choose to spend our resources, whether that's money, time, or even floor space.
Exactly. Speaking of resources, I definitely value this cafe time with you, Lisa. It's the best part of my Friday.
Same here, and I definitely value my weekend starting about 3 hours from now.
I feel exactly the same way. To all our listeners, thank you for being a part of our community.
We couldn't do this without you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned.
And tell us in the comments, would you rather have a floor made of gold or a ticket to the fastest roller coaster in the world?
I'll take both, please. See you all on Monday. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.